Good morning to you, welcome. It's a lovely sunny day today. Yeah, 28-ish. I was going to go to the beach, but by the time really, I missed the train time, and then of course it would be very, very late before I get there, and then I would have to come back. So I decided not to, and also because it's a lovely day, I do think that more people will be going down. So we've got two choices really, Weymouth or Weston, both of which are a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Even if you drive the car to Weymouth, it's still an hour and a half. Obviously train is easier. Now the reason why I'm here today is doing a vlog is about cars, transport, travel, and obviously quite appropriate because I've already said that driving a car to Weymouth, it would probably be a nightmare. But here I am, I'm in a car park. You can see the cars driving in, driving out, and people are still driving cars. But how much more time is it going to be before they get? Well, we're already being priced off the roads, but we have several stories that are out, some of which are quite shocking, such as the ULEZ. This will be for EVs, so all those people that purchased a EV for extortionate amounts of money, they're now worth nothing. Unfortunately, the idea is that they purchased it because they want to be eco-friendly and obviously save the planet, and it was a new gimmick, and the government were pushing EVs, and they said, oh no, you're not going to get taxed if you have an EV, then you'll be fine, you can drive anywhere you like, it's perfectly okay. And then of course they came out with this idea that if you go to London very, very soon, then you will be paying ULEZ charges even if you have an EV. And there was a video done by Jeff Buys Cars. He said that there was a car, it was £150,000 to buy, it's now worth 15,000. So all those lucky people with loads of money and stupidity who were brainwashed into buying one, they've now found that their investment is now worthless.
It's 2 years old. So that is a whopping, let's have another drum roll, a whopping £70,000 of depreciation in 2 years. So the Mercedes Sprinter EV is our winner for this week's booby prize, and yet it's only got 7,000 miles on the truck.
I wouldn't buy one anyway, and I've obviously told you that before. I would be okay with a hybrid, purely from the point of view that's probably all you're going to get nowadays is a hybrid, because there is another story that's quite shocking, and it's to do with Labour. Labour are going to outlaw petrol and diesel cars. They're going to be doing that very soon, so you will not be able to have a petrol or a diesel car. I have no idea when that's going to come in, but that was a news story quite recently, and quite shocking. It's not become mainstream yet, but when it does, I'm sure it's going to piss a load of people off, and all these people with diesel and petrol cars who are out there who are thinking that they're safe, they can keep their car until it breaks. They won't have to worry about electric cars, EVs. I think they're on a loser, especially Labour, who are now continuing with everything that Conservatives did. The other story with that is obviously pay per mile. They're doing the scheme's coming in. It's been put into a bill. It's going to be like a pay per mile. I don't know how that's going to work. How are they going to know? And for likes of me that doesn't do very many miles these days, I go to the shops and back if I'm lucky, it's going to cost me a fortune. but quite literally there is no other way for me to go to the shop, supermarket. Basically I possibly, well, I could go on the scooter, but what am I going to be able to do on the scooter? And I would be restricted to local area. Well, we do have a Morrison's here, but it's not very big. I mean, I generally drive 5 or 6 miles and go to the bigger one. It's got more choice. Now that obviously limits your choice, doesn't it? Which also is deliberate. All of this is deliberate. For those people out there who've been with me a long time and you understand what I'm saying, this is all about control. It's about limiting your range to the 15 miles or 15-minute cities, so that you are confined to an area. EVs, they can turn you off, so they can stop you from using them. Obviously then we have the other relationship is the digital currency, which obviously they want to bring that in. And I mean, people laugh because you see these posts on Facebook saying, oh, I went to Asda and I couldn't use my card, I couldn't buy my shopping. What do you think it's going to be like when there's no other choice? I wish people would hurry up and wake up to this idea. It's a global control takeover. I've been saying this for years. But paper mail, do you want that? Yeah, they'll turn around and say, well, you're not going to pay car tax. You're already paying for your petrol if you buy it. It's like, well, whatever it is, 150, 158 per litre. I mean, what does that work out to be? It works out to be quite a lot of money per gallon. I'm old school, so I don't really work on litres. But yeah, 4.5 litres to a gallon, maybe. So they're talking like 6 or 7 quid. Well, there was another story that I saw, can't find it at the moment, but they're going to make it £10, basically. It would be £10 a gallon. So whatever that is in terms of, well, £2 a litre, wouldn't it? It would be £2 a litre. I mean, we've already had that. They've already tried that. They tried that before when the price went sky high. And people still paid it, but reluctantly. And then it sort of, with complaints, came down a little bit. But it's a lot higher than it should be, I think. You know, all of this thing is designed to get you out your car, stop you using your car, which is fair enough, you know. But why do you need to be forced to do this? Why do they need to force you? Well, it's all about control, isn't it? We know that. Controlling you and what you can do. I thought it was a free world, but it's not. We are slaves to the system, and the only way out of it is to get out of the system, because too many people are not waking up. They're still brainwashed. They still believe that everything is, you know, is real. And I mean, look at the skies. The sky today is fairly clear. I mean, I've got a few wispy clouds. Clearly I can't see any lines in the sky at the moment, which is probably why it's this hot sunny day today, because there's no spraying. But I'm sure that at some point they'll be spraying the sky and it will go grey. It normally does, and then it will go cold again. So obviously we've got this temporary reprieve from that, and they've allowed us some sunshine. And obviously while I'm here in the sun, enjoying the sunshine. But cars, I mean, there's lots of stories out there to do with vehicles and cars and travel. Just unbelievable. And then of course you've got the various roadworks around the place. I mean, the M25, when I went there, was a flipping nightmare. It was completely crazy. I mean, allegedly they're making it better, improving the road, but to be fair, they've been doing that for 20-30 years. Certainly a part of the road that I've been down many times, and I thought to myself, well, they need to make this better and wider, but in 2024 they're only just doing it when they could have done it years ago. It just seems it's an afterthought, and of course they don't want to spend money on it because they want you out of your car. They don't want you travelling. However, as far as I can see, none of it's working because people are still travelling. I mean, the traffic on the road when I went to Reigate, I mean, I just cannot believe the traffic. And of course it was on the motorway and the M25 and the A roads. Even down the back roads it was crazy. Oh, hello. Sorry to interrupt the video. Just to say that if you're interested in and keen to watch new episodes before they come out, the best way to do that is become a Patreon, and you can do that very simply. Just go over to patreon.com/Andy Wright Online and sign up for a monthly donation, which can be as small as $5, which is hardly anything. If you think about it, you can probably get a cup of Costa coffee if you're lucky. But $5 a month will allow you access to all of the videos that I'm going to be bringing out in the next few months, and you will get them at least a week early, so you can entertain yourself with the new episodes. Sorry to bother you, but now back to the video. So that's the vlog today. Lots of stories out there that are really, really horrific to do with vehicles, driving and traffic. Yeah, when this 15-minute city idea, even though they haven't really pushed that into the mainstream sort of like, oh, there's a classic example up there. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try and zoom in, but there is actually a plane. It's a real plane, and it's got a contrail. It's got the proper X from the engines. It's got the exhaust. That is how it should be. So as it travels, the trail disappears. If that was a chemtrail, then it would still be there. So for those people that don't believe, I'm sorry, but you need to wake up and realise what they're doing. So I'm parked in the disabled bay in our local car park. They do charge for disabled parking now, including in disabled bays. I don't know how much it is, but I generally don't use them, not in here. I'd rather park on double yellow lines. But there we go. So that is the news. That's the story. It's all about various things to do with traffic and cars and petrol prices, electric vehicles. Yeah. That's our local church. I'm going to go and do a town vlog in a minute. I'm going to go and have a little drive around. We'll do a Saturday stroll. Right, take care, have a very good day, and yeah, let me know what you think down below.